Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Chris with Expose the Wild, and this is episode 7, installing gray water tanks. What we're going to do today is I have these two gray water tanks that I got from Amazon. They're made by Alpha Systems, and we're going to be installing those in the frame here, just behind the wheels. So this used to be a rear bath unit, but we are changing it into a side bath. So I'm relocating the gray tanks here, so they'll be right underneath the shower. This way I can have my kitchen sink drain back, join in with my bathroom sink. That can join into the shower, and there'll only be one drain going into both my gray tanks. We're going to put the freshwater tanks, one right between the axles and one just in front of the wheels. So hopefully we'll have all our water weight fairly evenly distributed around the tires, as opposed to before, when the gray and black were as far back in the trailer as they could be. Now these tanks, one thing to be wary of, I got them on Amazon. The dimensions were 28 by 54, sorry, and which was perfect for me. However, what the dimensions didn't include were the out port here, plus this was inside as well. So they were actually more like 58, which is too long. It didn't leave me any room for the plumbing at the end. It's too close to my frame. So what I'm going to do is seal these holes up completely, and then use these rubber gaskets here with some sealant. I'm going to put them in the side, and this will be how I join the two tanks together, so I can keep them equalized. And then this will also be how I make a new drain out of the one tank. I'm just going with 1.5 inches because these are just gray water, they're not black water, so 1.5 inches is plenty to drain out the water. I don't ever foresee an issue where I'm in a rush to drain my water. So that's what we're going to do today. I have some 2x2 1/8" L channel that I've cut up and painted to hang these. I have some foam tape I'm going to use to put anywhere the plastic's going to touch the metal. This is just high density 2-inch foam tape. That's just to ensure I don't get tons of friction with rubbing on plastic on metal. And then I also have some tank sensors I got, which we're going to install in this. You can see I'm actually going to use, it looks like they already started to drill holes at the factory. This one's got plugs where the sensor should be. So because I'm a little nervous about these holes being partially drilled into the tank, I'll use those holes for my sensors. So I need to go next door to Home Hardware and pick up the caps for this. I'm not sure how I'm going to cap this. Apparently it's not easy to bond ABS to polyethylene. So what I might actually do is get a little section of pipe to put in here, and then put the cap on that. And that way I can put the pipe in with sealant and a clamp, and then ABS glue the cap onto the ABS piece sticking out. But I'm going to figure all that out and get back to you guys, and then we're going to get these tanks in the frame. Alright? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to actually install the tank sensors. So these will tell us how full the tanks are. So you need to drill 3/8 inch hole. Double check the size of your bit. 3/8. Now this, like I said earlier, already has some holes started. So those are the holes we are going to use. Okay, so I've installed my tank sensors, 25, 50, 75 full. I was fortunate in that I had pre-marked spots to drill. I got lucky. You can see this tank. I changed the location of one slightly because I didn't agree with it. So we'll see that how that pans out for me. Now for the stressful part. So now I have to drill holes in my tanks, my $500 tanks, to join them together. So in here is where I'm going to bridge them so that they become one tank. And then I need another hole on this side for my new exit valve, because these I'm going to plug up with these caps I cemented up earlier. I'm going to put a band around here. These go in with some 3M marine adhesive I'm going to use. I have this 3M 5200 marine adhesive. It's getting late in the day though. It's already 1 o'clock. This is kind of slow going. So I don't want to open the adhesive because it says it's only good for 24 hours after you've opened it. So I'm trying to get all set up, and if I can, the trickiest part is going to be measuring 5 times to make sure these two grommets are in the exact same place on both sides. And the way these work is you drill a hole, and this rubber flange will snap in on each side, and then when you push your 1.5 inch pipe in there, it fills the hole and makes it a watertight seal. I'm also going to put a small bead of the marine sealant inside this flange before I seat it into the hole. And once I make sure the holes are drilled, I get my caps on, then I can get the first tank in place, and then second tank I'll dry fit, and then I'll know for sure exactly how long of an 1.5 inch piece I'm going to need to join these two tanks together. Never done anything like this before, so I'm kind of learning as I go. But we'll see how this goes. I certainly don't want to have to buy new gray tanks. Stressful. But after gray tanks, and once the fresh tanks get here, after the tanks go in, then we can put our subfloor on and C-channel and get the body back on. So that's exciting. It's just figuring this out. I'm also trying to figure out as I go a way of mounting the tanks so that I could also remove them from the bottom. So if the original plan I had, they would have been permanent. Like I would have had to take out subfloor inside the trailer to get at them. Okay, so the hole we're going to drill first is the drain hole out, because it's less accurate. These two need to be perfectly in line so I get a perfectly straight run for my pipe. But this one's just going to have an elbow out and it's going to come and drain. So this one's a little bit less important. Not less important, but you know what I mean. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. I'm trying to mount it in the lowest location I can. And that's that. That's a giant hole in my gray water tank. I do want to try and get the disc out. There we go. The way that's wobbled around a bit, I'm not crazy about it. So now we'll test fit before. Well, I still have to clean it up. But that's going to be a pretty tight seal. That's perfect, actually. So we'll just clean that up now with my knife. Now, one thing to remember if you're going to use these flanges is that your watertight seal is not made until your 2-inch pipe goes in there and pushes it out fully tight. This is not going to be fun, I don't feel, though, to get in there. So this is the tank dry fit in. My plug drain clears. My plumbing underneath here is cleared. And everything looks good. I still have 1.5 inches, 2 inches of clearance between the top of the tank and where the subfloor is going to be. And that's good because I need that for a drain, or a vent rather. And I still have to install wherever my shower pan is going to go. It'll be on that side somewhere. But we won't be able to figure that out till we get the subfloor and find a shower pan. Once we get the subfloor, we're going to lay it out. And then before we attach the subfloor down, we can lay out our floor plan to scale, like measured out. And then we'll know exactly how big of a shower pan we need. Then I can source that, and then I'll know exactly where my drain needs to go. Alright, so we have the gray tanks permanently installed. As you can see, my freshwater tanks have come in, and we are going to work on getting those installed permanently. But this video is already running a little long, so I think I'll just show you how the gray tanks have fit in here permanently, and then explain how I'm going to mount the fresh tanks. They're a little simpler in that they come with all of the ports already installed, so really it's just a matter of getting them permanently installed in the frame and then hooking them all up once the subfloor is ready to go in. So I'm going to I'll take the camera off the tripod, and we will take a look at exactly how these gray tanks are installed, and we'll explain the venting and the drains, and then I'll show you the fresh tanks, and we'll call the video there. Alright, so as you can see, the gray tanks are in, and they're hanging on this 2x2 1/8-inch L channel. I have 2 pieces down the middle, and this is how I've decided to install it. So you'll see that block of foam there. It is installed in there with PL construction adhesive. So if I ever need to get at these tanks from below, all I'll have to do is remove the belly pan, pull that foam block out on each side, and then I'll be able to bring the 2 L channels in together and drop the tanks out from the bottom. It will require me to cut the pipe there that bridges them together, which I'll show you in a sec, and then but I will be able to access them from below. So I have all this foam. It's all put in to keep the tanks tight and prevent them from moving. You'll see here I left a gap because I need to access the sensors. But the foam is also sitting down on the channel, so it won't move. Okay, so now we're below, and you'll see here, this is my new drain that I've put in. The white is that marine adhesive, but now I'll just need an elbow and bring it out the side, and then you'll have your typical shut-off valve out here, like the lever, the gray water lever. These are the caps that I put on to close up the factory drains, the 3-inch drains. And then if I can get under here and show you, this is how the 2 tanks are joined together. I don't know how good a shot this is going to be. It's blown out there in the background. I apologize for that. So you'll see the gasket, and that's the same on both sides. There's a gasket, and it has this joining pipe, and that's going to allow the gray tanks to equalize as they fill. Okay, so all that's left to be done is a drain somewhere in this tank. This will be the general area of our shower. So once we get a shower pan, we'll know exactly where that drain location needs to go. And we'll also have to put another one of those grommets on each side so I could do a vent up to the roof and vent each tank. And that will prevent the drains from gurgling, and it will also allow air in and out of the tank as the tanks drain and fill. So my fresh tanks, you can see for now, they're just hung in place with ratchet straps. But this is where they'll live. One of them, this one here, between the axles, which are being replaced. We're actually leaving tomorrow to drive to Albany, New York to pick up our new axles. They're ready. And then this tank is just in front of, this is where the old tank, you can see it over there, used to be. It's not nearly large enough. It has the hole in the middle. It's so we just decided to go with all new tanks. These bands here are how I'm going to hang these tanks, three per tank. I have rubber that will go in between the band and the tank. And they're just going to bolt with 3 bolts, 1, 2, 3. Strap will go under and it'll bolt there, 1, 2, 3. And then the underbelly will close it all in. You can see I got in my new C-channel for the front and rear. However, I bought it from Airstream and they asked me for my serial number of my trailer and I sent it to them. And the C-channel they've sent me is, it's for a new wide body Airstream, so it doesn't fit. But from what I've read on the forums, apparently that's all that is available. So I will have to do some modifications to that to make it work. But regardless, it is in 100 times better shape than the existing C-channel, so I'll make that work, I guess. But if we come around here, you'll see, so all of the ports are already in the fresh tank. So this will be the freshwater fill. I'll use this port here for the venting. The port down below will be where I join the two together. And then there is a port in the bottom there, and that will be where I draw from with the pump. At least that's the plan right now. I still really haven't decided whether I'm going to attach these two tanks together so they equalize and basically form one large tank, or if I'm going to plumb them separately and then have a switch in the trailer, so when one empties you just flip your switch and then draw from your other tank, almost like a main and an auxiliary tank. Again, I think they might still have to be plumbed together for that to work. I got to do my research on pumps and stuff and see how that can work. The only reason I'm a little hesitant about joining them together is because of the distance. So you'll see that between where they'll attach is probably 4 feet, if not a little more, and the axle's in the way, and I just don't know if I want to plumb them that far to join them together. So, but that's tanks. That's the freshwater, the gray water, no black water. We're going to be going with a composting toilet. And once I get these permanently installed, and we get the new axles in, I'll be able to start working on the subfloor and C-channel, and then the body can go back on. All right, so that's my water storage. That's approximately 70 gallons of gray water, 90 gallons of fresh water, which seems like a lot, but we want to boondock as much as possible. We like to avoid RV parks at all costs. The next step from here, guys, will be new axles, which again, I'm leaving for tomorrow morning. We're going to drive to Albany, which is about 6 hours from here, to pick them up. And once the axles go on, I can start on the subfloor and C-channel, and then the body can go back on. So as always, like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to follow along with the rest of this build, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.